nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a regular public meeting. Held on Tuesday, January 10th, 2023, at 7 p.m. New Jersey. This meeting has been called in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Adequate notice was forwarded to the Jersey Journal Director, the Hudson Reporter, that we posted on the NCAA and available to the public through the Office of the Municipal Clerk. Commissioner Fernandez.
Here.
Commissioner Leon. Here. Commissioner Valdez.
Here.
Commissioner Martinetti. Here. Mayor Sacco.
Here.
First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes of the December 19th. Motion to approve the minutes for the December 19th, 2022 Board of Commissioners meeting. Motion.
Second.
By Commissioner Martinetti and second by Commissioner Fernandez. Commissioner Fernandez?
The mayor said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I got you already. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Leon? Yes. Commissioner Valdez?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinetti?
Yes.
Mayor Sacco.
Yes.
There are three ordinances for introduction. Adoption on first reading authorizes the municipal clerk to advertise the ordinance with a notice of the introduction together with a notice of the time and place when the ordinance will be considered for final passage. The ordinance will be further considered at a meeting of the Board of Commissioners to be held on Tuesday, January 24, 2023, at the Bella Vista Apartments at 522 22nd Street. The first ordinance is an ordinance establishing a new chapter 220 business rental property and multifamily property insurance registration of the city code governing insurance certificate registration for certain businesses and rental and multifamily properties pursuant to Public Law 2022 C.92. Motion to introduce.
Angela, can you just give a brief explanation just for all of us?
Absolutely, Mayor. So this ordinance is to codify a new statutory requirement for insurance. There's two categories. One will be the commercial buildings and the larger residential buildings, multi-unit buildings, which will have a $500,000 casualty insurance requirement for occurrence. There is also a secondary requirement for $300,000 worth of coverage per occurrence for the smaller owner-occupied residential buildings. And what the city is going to do is charge a $25 administrative fee to process. It'll be an annual requirement, which will require the certificate to be filed with the clerk's office. And the penalty for non-compliance will be a $500 fee.
We'll send out a mailing on this to everyone just to make sure that they know that this is taking place.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I'll make a motion to introduce.
Motion by Mayor Sacco.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Valdez. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Leon? Yes. Commissioner Valdez?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinetti? Yes. And Mayor Sacco.
Yes.
The second ordinance is ordinance amending Article 3, Section 92, requiring surveillance cameras for senior citizen facilities.
This is really important. So we have an ordinance on the books right now. Angela, we're just going into a little more detail.
Yes, so back in 2012, the city adopted an ordinance which required security surveillance cameras in certain places within senior facilities, which is defined as buildings with 20 units or more that house citizens who are 62 years of age or older. And what this amendment to the ordinance will do is require the security camera plan to be submitted to the police department for approval. And we've also extended the camera requirement to stairwells and hallways.
Great, that's good. This is something that's very much needed. This is something we did a number of years ago. We don't strictly enforce it, just leave all these buildings with the camera coverage for seniors to protect them. This is another issue that came up in the summer when we were at the Bella Vista. So we'll make sure that this is followed through, and the police department will be enforcing it also. Thank you, Angela.
You got it.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mayor Sacco. Second. Second by Commissioner Martinetti. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Leon? Yes. Commissioner Valdez?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinetti? Yes. Mayor Zhang.
Yes.
The third ordinance is an ordinance amending 311 property maintenance.
Angelo, if you could just please explain that also.
Absolutely, Mayor. So this ordinance, again, is to codify a new statutory requirement. This one will authorize and enable the city to place a lien on foreclosed and foreclosed and vacant properties that don't pay this registration fee. So just briefly, a foreclosed property will have a $500 annual requirement. If that foreclosed property is also determined to be vacant, there will be another $2,000 annual registration fee. And then the failure to pay that fee would enable the city to actually place it as a lien on the property by ordinance. And additionally, the statute also requires out-of-state banks and note holders to designate an in-state entity to make it easier for us to communicate with them.
Great. Second? Oh, I'm sorry, motion, second.
Motion
Second.
by Mayor Zhang, second by Commissioner Rodriguez. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Leon? Yes. Commissioner Rodriguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Montanari? Yes. Mayor Zhang.
Yes, these are all ordinances for good quality of life, so it's important. Thank you very much.
There's 24 items on the consent agenda. 1, resolution approving the payment of claims. 2, resolution approving the payment of concurrent claims. 3, resolution approving the escrow refunds. 4, resolution approving the city payroll from November 19, 2022, December 2nd, 2022. 5, resolution approving the library payroll from November 19, 2022 through December 2nd, 2022. 6, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 500 16th Street, also known as 1601 Bergline Avenue, Union City, New Jersey, 07087, Block 86, Block 1, in the city of Union City, for tenant relocation costs. 7, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 4204 New York Avenue, Union City, New Jersey, 07087, Block 246, Lot 3, in the city of Union City, for emergency repair costs. 8, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 513 Central Avenue, Union City, New Jersey, 07087, Block 21, Block 8, in the city of Union City, for emergency repair costs. 9, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 1402 Manhattan Avenue, Union City, New Jersey, 07087, Block 185, Block 8, in the city of Union City, for the emergency repair costs. 10, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 728 21st Street, Union City, New Jersey, for 707, Block 116, Lot 32, in the city of Union City, for the emergency repair costs. 11, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 320 43rd Street in Union City, New Jersey, 07087, 251, Lot 5, in the city of Union City, for the emergency repair cost in the amount of $664.20. 12, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 408 35th Street, Union City, New Jersey, 07087, Block 209, Lot 10, in the city of Union City, for emergency repair costs. 13, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 1100-1110 Palisade Avenue, Union City, New Jersey, 07087, Block 186, Lot 45, in the city of Union City, for emergency police costs. 14, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 3601 Bergline Avenue, also known as 502 26th Street, Union City, New Jersey, 07087, Block 148, Block 1.01, in the city of Union City, for emergency police detail costs. 15, resolution authorizing the placement of a lien on the property known as 320 43rd Street, Union City, New Jersey, 07087, Block 251, Block 5, in the city of Union City, for the emergency repair cost in the amount of $685. 16, resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Union City and the County of Hudson, New Jersey, authorizing the issuance and sale of a special emergency notes Series A of 2023 federally taxable in the principal amount of up to $547,000 and authorizing such further actions and making such determinations as may be necessary or appropriate to effectuate the issuance and sale of said special emergency notes. 17, resolution approving and accepting state fiscal year 2022 corrective action plan. 18, resolution authorizing increase of contract for special counsel services for Jason Lamparello, now in PC 19, resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Unicity upholding proposed uses and establishment of certain rates at the North Hudson Sewage Authority. 20, resolution authorizing the City of Unicity annual audit report for year ending June 30, 2022. 21, resolution authorizing the receipt of bids for the increasing construction project at 2911 Birdline Avenue. 22, resolution authorizing Colliers Engineer and Design to advertise the receipt of bids for the provision of landscape maintenance services for 2023. 23, resolution authorizing the use of competitive contracting for community emergency energy plant consulting services. 24, resolution authorizing the newspaper publications utilized by the City of Union City for 2023. Mayor will be used on line 18.
Yes. Okay, anyone wishing to comment on the consent agenda, please step forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion by Mayor Sack, second by Commissioner Fernandez. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Bouillon? Yes. Commissioner Valdivia?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinetti? Yes. Mayor Sack?
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve all items on the consent agenda?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Valdivia, second by Commissioner Martinetti. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Bouillon? Yes. Commissioner Valdivia?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinetti? Yes. Mayor Sack?
Yes.
There is one ordinance for hearing and adoption for consideration. Number one is an ordinance amending 301 of the Code of the City of Union City entitled Peddling and Soliciting, Setting Forth Permitted Hours of Operation. Mayor, would you like to comment on it?
Sure. Anyone wishing to comment on this agenda, on this ordinance at this time, please step forward, state your name and address for the record. Angela, if you could just go into a little detail on that, that would be great.
Sure, Mayor. With this ordinance, we're going to prohibit the operation of food trucks outside of the hours of 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
So the issue that we're having, is that we have these vendors out there in the street till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they're leaving the vehicle on the street at night. And it just makes another place where it could be vandalized. It's become very problematic. But we want to see these vendors succeed and prosper. We just want them also to obey the laws and close at a certain time and not become an attraction for other activity that could possibly take place in the streets at nighttime. We're just trying to keep the community safe and most importantly, keep the good quality of life that we've been able to bring Union City, bring it to along with this board of commissioners that we work hard on. We're just looking for these vendors to cooperate and work closely with us.
Have a motion to.
Motion.
Motion by Mayor Sack, second by Commissioner Martinetti. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Bouillon?
Yes.
Commissioner Valdivia?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinetti? Mayor Sack?
Yes.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Valdivia, second by Commissioner Bouillon. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Bouillon?
Yes.
Commissioner Valdivia?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinetti? Yes. And Mayor Sack?
Yes.
Mayor, at this time, would you like to take public comments?
Sure. Just before we do, I'd just like to thank the commissioners once again for moving the commission meetings around the city. Thank each commissioner for their hard work throughout 2022, now going into 2023. Thank the commissioners truly for their commitment and serving the city of Union City and its residents. And thank each and every one of you for the hard work you do and the friendship that you provide me and being there whenever you're needed, whether it's responding to an emergency, running your department, or collectively, what we've tried to do with quality of life and really cleaning up the city. How can we help you to everyone in Union City and to each of the commissioners and their families? At this point, I'd like to take any public comment. At this time, anyone wishing to comment at this time, please step forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none,
Motion.
close public hearing.
Second by Commissioner Martinez. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Leon?
Yes.
Commissioner Valdez?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinez?
Yes.
Mayor Sine.
Yes.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Valdez, second by Mayor Sine. Commissioner Fernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Fernandez? Commissioner Leon?
Yes.
Commissioner Valdez?
Yes.
Commissioner Martinez? Mayor Sine.
Yes.
All in favor?
Thank Thank you very much, everyone.
No, sir. So when I
Have
say,
the motion, second, all in favor?
I did that on the last.
Now we have to make-
No, I'm
No.
not saying it.
I
I
don't
don't get a vote. I don't get a vote.
So being that now we have to get in the-